So this is going to be a tutorial on how to incorporate a reference image into your scene. So what I want to do is I want to go to Blender, and I'm in front orthographic view. Now I'm going to go to Shift A, and I'm going to add a reference image. So let me just grab an image from my computer. And there we go. You can see that it is now incorporated into Blender. So with this reference image, what I can do, if it's not the perfect scale, I can scale it with S, I can move it with G, I could rotate it with R. So I need to manipulate this however I need it. And then a good thing that you can do is make it non-selectable. So I'm going to do this here in the outliner. Again, the outliner is going to show everything that is currently in my scene. So here is my reference image. You can see this is listed as an empty. An empty just means that the item will not be rendered. So I'm going to click here on this funnel icon, and I'm going to choose the arrow. Now the arrow is going to show what items are clickable. So if I click on the arrow, you can see that it just gives me the little outline. And now if I try to click on my reference image, you're going to see that it will not work. Now, a reference image is vital, especially if you are a new 3D animator or modeler. So a reference image will give you a finer sense of detail than you can do just normally. So for example, take a chair. We all have this idea in our head what a chair looks like. But start thinking about how thick are the legs? How far is the seat from the ground? How thick is the chair back? These are things that you really need to be aware of when you're modeling. So here's my reference image. Now if I were to rotate my scene, you can see that it is still visible. So keep that in mind, because the other one is not going to be visible. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this and go back into my front orthographic view. Always try to get into an orthographic view, either front or side, so numpad 1 or numpad 3. So I'm going to do Shift A, image, and let's do a background image this time. Alright, so I would do the same thing. I would make it not clickable after I'm happy with it. Now let's go ahead and rotate this, and you can see how the background image disappears. I personally like this technique. If I go back, you can see that it appears again. If I switch to side view, it's no longer there. So I like my scene not to be cluttered, but it's honestly personal preference. Now, let me just take a small time and talk to you about gathering reference images. So a Google search will usually work out well for you. So let's go ahead and let's type in, I'm going to type in sword reference. So when you're looking for reference images, you want to make sure that you have straight on reference images. Like this image would actually be perfect. There's nothing at an angle. I actually like the drawing a little bit more. It helps me see the details. This one would be fine for a reference. What would not be fine would be this one. You can see that it is tilted to the side. Now, technically I can use this one. I would have to rotate my reference image on my background and then make it not clickable. So yes, I can work on this, and I can make this vertical. But most of the time, when you are looking for reference images, you want to make them straight on and not at an angle. Alright, that's it. Okay, bye.